Highway Point friends. I don't know whether you've noticed, but the world sure looks like a really scary place these days. What with severe weather and armed conflicts that is actually happening, armed conflict that could break out any moment, mass shootings, and political and social unrest seems like all over the world. It's no wonder that some have characterized us as living in an age of unequaled anxiety. Now, whether that's actually the case or not, I don't know, but I do know there's a lot of us who are feeling high levels of stress and anxiety. This week, I'd like to turn our attention to Psalm 27, and I'm going to read from the New Living Translation. The Lord is my light and my salvation. So why should I be afraid? The Lord is my fortress, protecting me from danger. So why should I tremble? When evil people come to devour me, when my enemies and foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. Though a mighty army surrounds me, my heart will not be afraid. Even if I am attacked, I will remain confident. The one thing I ask of the Lord, the thing I seek most, is to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, delighting in the Lord's perfections and meditating in his temple. For he will conceal me there when troubles come. He will hide me in his sanctuary. He will place me out of reach on a high rock. Then I will hold my head high above my enemies who surround me. At his sanctuary, I will offer sacrifice with shouts of joy, singing and praising the Lord with music. Hear me as I pray, O Lord. Be merciful and answer me. My heart has heard you say, "Come and talk with me." And my heart responds, "Lord, I am coming." Do not turn your back on me. Do not reject your servant in anger. You have always been my helper. Don't leave me now. Don't abandon me, O God, in my salvation. Even if my father and mother abandon me, the Lord will hold me close. Teach me how to live, O Lord. Lead me along the right path, for my enemies are waiting for me. Do not let me fall into their hands, for they accuse me of things I've never done. With every breath, they threaten me with violence. Yet, I am confident I will see the Lord's goodness while I am here in the land of the living. Wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous. Yes, wait patiently for the Lord. You know, in contrast to all the anxiety that we seem to be experiencing today, there are some things that I notice as I read this psalm that was written by David. The three things that I notice most of the context are there's a deep sense of intimacy with the Father. The psalmist David writes that he hears God inviting him to come and to talk about everything that's going on. And his heart replies, "Lord, I am coming. I'm coming into your presence to talk through and to process everything that's happening." There's a sense of complete and absolute dependence upon God for whatever he needs, and a heart that is obedient, a desire to follow what the Lord should tell him. Teach me how to live, O Lord. Lead me in the right path. And then there's finally that word confidence. There are two different places in this psalm. Verse 3, where he says, "I will remain confident," and then verse 13, which is our focus verse, where David had good reason to be anxious. As the king, there were people who were literally out to kill him, people who were leveling false charges against him. He lived a very tenuous and risky existence. But verse 13 begins with one of the most hopeful words in all of the scriptures. Yet I am confident that I will see the goodness of God in the land of the living. There are lots of times when we probably don't feel very confident, but as we read through verse 27, we come to kind of an interesting realization that for David, confidence isn't about a feeling, whether he feels confident or not. It's a decision that he makes, a mindset that he chooses to adopt based on the God that he knows, the God that he has been in intimate relationship with, the God who time and time again has shown up and has done incredible kinds of things. And the psalm ends with these words, "Wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous." Yes, wait patiently for the Lord. I'm fascinated that just this morning we sang a chorus in our worship service that has these lines in it. "Take courage, my heart. Stay steadfast, my soul." He's in the waiting. Sometimes as we wait through difficult circumstances, it can be a scary place. But God takes up residence in our waiting. He takes up residence to comfort us, to strengthen us, to guide us, to direct us, and to shape our character. I think one of the things that probably should characterize God's people as being different than anybody else around us is a sense of confidence. Not in ourselves, not in luck, not in other forces, but a confidence in God. I think God's people should be expectant in all circumstances. Because we know God at deep levels of intimacy through his word and through prayer, we expect that God will show up. We expect that he'll do stuff beyond what we can even imagine. Look, I don't know what you're going through right now in life. I don't know how you're being buffeted around by the winds of experience. But what I do know is you don't have to live in anxiety. Trusting in the Lord, you can adopt a mindset and make a decision that you will be confident that you're going to see the goodness of God right now in whatever you're going through, the land of the living. I hope that's a real encouragement for you this week. Take care.